Let's see how it looks. Oh, nice. Is this on now? Is it on now? Wait. Oh. My laptop was muted. Okay. I can hear myself now. Cool. Now, I have a new overlay, so I'm trying to make sure it works. Let me see. Testing. It looks like it shows. I don't like how big my head is though. Hold on. Let me fix that. I want to make myself a little smaller. Just a tidbit. Okay. There. Now the words actually show. Okay. Is this small balance? Yes. Okay. It's balanced enough, I think. Okay. Komera. Hello. My name is Marikian. I use she, they pronouns, and I forgot to change the title. I'm an idiot. Hold on. Time for coffee and gossiping. There I go. Did the name change now? Okay, yes, good, cool, yay. I totally forgot about... Anyways, my name is Marikian, I use she, they pronouns, and I am about to play Coffee Talk. I really like this game. It's a coffee shop visual novel game. You're a barista and coffee shop owner, and a lot of people come into this shop because it's the only one that's open at night, and you get to hear their stories and just kind of give them nice drinks and stuff. I just got home from like grocery shopping and stuff, so I have a lot of fruit with me right now as a snack, and I made some tea for my throat because some of my attempts at voicing doesn't go very well, and I like to have a drink to help me through it. That's still hot. But yeah, I'm gonna start playing the game, and we're just gonna kind of chill out. Oh, these have seeds in them. Oh my goodness. No. I don't exactly remember what happened last time we played, but I'll at least give a rundown of the characters. So, sorry, eating a cherry. So this is one of our like main supporting characters. Her name is Freya. She's a writer, and she's one of our regulars at the coffee shop. We usually see her a lot. Georgie's another semi-regular. He's a police officer, a father of like 3 daughters, super nice. He tends to give a lot of gossip to Freya. Gal is my favorite character. He is a werewolf. Oh yeah, this takes place in a world where monsters and humans coexist. It's awesome. But Gal is a werewolf. He's a veteran and works at a hospital now, and he's a super sweet guy. Lua's a succubus. She is dating one of the other characters named Bailey's, who is an elf, and they have a little family, like forbidden love. Their families don't approve. Hyde is a vegan vampire. He drinks synthetic blood, and he is friends with Gala, my favorite boy. He's a model. Myrtle's a game developer, like a AAA game developer, and then she's an orc. She's super cool and chill. Rachel's a pop idol. She's a Neko Mimi. Very cute little lady. She's only 18, just a baby. Neil is Neil. You'll see later. I love Neil, but like Neil's hard to describe. They're a literal alien. Aqua is like a mermaid, I would say. Mermaid? Yeah, it literally says mermaid. Never mind. She's a mermaid. She's very sweet. And she's a researcher who does a lot of like tech related research, trying to like improve technology and stuff. And then there's Hendry, who is Rachel's father, so he is also a Neko Mimi. Those are all the characters we've seen so far. Last I remember, actually, Hyde is going on a trip for his modeling, so he's gonna be gone for a while, and it made me sad. Lua and Bailey's both got like stern talking tos by Hyde and Gala individually, and Myrtle and Aqua became BFFs, and I think that's cute. I hope it becomes more later on. But yeah, I'll just start now. See what exactly happened, because I can't remember. I have such bad memory. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. It's Neil! I didn't think Neil would show up this soon for you to see what Neil is like. Is there? Oh, I do remember something. There was a FBI agent, like a Men in Black agent. They had like the little forget everything stick in their pen pocket, and they were interrogating me about an alien in a spacesuit. About if I've seen one, and I basically lied to their face and said that I didn't, because that would be weird for an alien to stand out that much, and they were just like, you know what, that's fair, and then they left. I do remember that, so maybe we'll get to see a different outfit on Neil. That'd be cool. There is definitely something that you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Excuse me? What? Is it possible for us to work here? Why? We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth, and Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here. Yes, but I can see that your communication skill has improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true, but it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we learned them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. Sounds like a good strategy. That is why we asked you to allow us to work here, because you want to interact with our customers. That is correct. I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you're applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get it at all. Oh. Let me think this over if you don't mind. I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh, no. We are sorry for our spontaneity, but it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. Why is everyone leaving? This makes me sad. Okay. Thank you. But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer. Understood. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy. You'll be able to judge based on their body language. Non-verbal signs. Yes. That will be very hard for us. Indeed. Don't worry. I'll give you a sign. When you should start talking or when you should stop. Thank you. We will need that so much. What? Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit to do the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron though, to help keep your suit clean, and to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation. It will make you look more legit for the job. Oh, but it will make you look more legit for the job. There we go, there we go. That is a very earthling thing to do. It is. Alright. Are you ready for this? We are. Okay. Let's start the night. Welcome. Holy wow! What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya. Hey, Mara, what is going on here? Well, Neil is working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. It's not that. Neil is just helping out. You never looked like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barista, not the other way around. What? We have learned some things since we arrived, and we came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how Earthlings communicate. Oh yeah, Neil really wants to find an Earthling to have a child with, because that child will be half human, half alien, and then they could be like a superhero. That's their whole like mission, is to create a superhero to protect Earth. We thought this place was the best place to learn, but Neil hasn't been doing very good at getting dates. Okay. And you just agreed to this? On one condition, I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here. What do you get in return? Now that you mention it, if there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask. Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya. If I still need to write for the paper again. What happened? The chief found out. Oh, that was about time. Is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yes. How did she find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher-up in the elevator? Yes. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift. And the higher-up mentioned our encounter to her. The chief called me into her office. And things went downhill from there. Oh no. She realized immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that? Hope it sells well. If not, I don't know. We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house. Huh? You allowed to do that? We will pay for the drink. No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil. That was the best thing to do according to our senses. It was. So what do you want to drink? Miss Freya? Your favorite. Our favorite. Anything. I trust you with the decision. Anything? Is there a cheer me up drink? Oh, wrong one. No, not that one. I'm feeling like Spanish Sahara might be a good one for her. We could also just try to mix things and try to discover a new drink. Okay. I think... Ooh, there's a lot of coffees we haven't discovered. Okay. Coffee, milk, ginger. Okay, let's try. It looks like there's cinnamon in one of them, so coffee, cinnamon, and honey. Dang. Let's serve it. It's at least a new coffee. Here's your drink, especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop. Well, who else is gonna brew it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? Well, there's actually a psychological reason for hot drinks. Like, when you drink hot drinks and you're like talking to strangers, it's easier to open up because the hot drink in your hand and like kind of swirling through your body, it helps release kind of like good hormones like oxytocin. It helps release those feel-good hormones to help you feel more comfortable with who you're around. That's why like grabbing coffee with a stranger to get to know them is usually a good way from back in the day, because then it's easier for you to just like talk about your stories and like things that you like with this random person that you just met. So I can see why like you would want to prefer as much hot drinks as possible in your coffee shop. That's at least why I like warm drinks. Helps me feel warm and cozy. I can prepare to draft in a few days, I think. Now that I don't really need to care about other deadlines. And if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion. Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies and about all races. We do not think that infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation. It was just... Neil, Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee. Oh, we are glad to hear that then. That was a figure of speech, Neil. Ah, we have heard about that term. It is still very hard to understand your language. It will always be hard. Languages keep on changing. Understood. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask. Ask away. How fast do you write? Not fast enough, apparently. But do you have numbers? Numbers? How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have the exact number, but full-time? I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words per day. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is about 50 and 100,000. Oh, between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around. If we count based on the number of words, it seems like you would be able to achieve your target easily. But it's hard for me to tell who's freaking talking because Neil's behind the counter with the barista. Not that it matters because my voices suck, but I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside of the mere word count. If we only judged writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories. That is pretty hard to understand. But we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter. Even for Earthlings. Yep. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand. From languages to arts. Right again. But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it is still a valid parameter. Definitely. Cool. That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. I guess you really are learning something on Earth. Yeah, you're learning so fast, dude. You've only been here for like 3 days. Man, I should just go to Japan so that I could learn Japanese faster then. Oh, another guest. Myrtle! I love you. Good evening, Miss Myrtle. I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? I'm still the one responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Coffee with a little bit of ginger. Only a little bit. Why do I keep going to the Tomodachi? I don't need to see my friends. Okay. Jahe to Brook. We can give you that. Unless there's a... cinnamon. No, I want to give give her the fancy. I want to give her the fancy one. Let's give her some jahe tubruk. She did say coffee with ginger. I guess if I added other stuff, it would probably throw her off. Here you go, my lady. Your order is ready. Not bad. Thanks. You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to the coffee shop to just sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here. Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed. Oh? Pardon us. I was just training Neil on how to talk with the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid? Oh. No, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other. Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion. If you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all. To be fair, yeah. I don't listen to anything. That's why I forget everything so easily. That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try. Step by step. One small step for you might be one giant leap for your kind. That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you're not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone then? Yeah. Oh, is it Aqua? Uh-huh. What's the occasion? No special occasion. It's just... Is that her? I hear sloshing. It has to be her. I'm sorry. I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he's... What? I already told the barista to call the cops when he said he was going to breed here. Where's Mara? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Yes, everything is fine. Oh, okay. Please let me take a break and take a breath. Please, here, please drink this water. Feeling better now? Yes. I'm sorry. It is all right, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. What are you doing here anyway? We are starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So here is the deal. That's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, Mara. It's nothing really. But do you really think one day is enough to learn everything? Definitely not. But we do not want to disturb this place's business for any longer. As if this place cares about business. Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start. But we cannot limit ourselves to just this place. Where do you want to go after this? Coachella. What? What are you going to do at Coachella? According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Coachella. I mean, they're not wrong. That is why we decided that the next event will be our next target. Well, you're not wrong, but Didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love? Yes, we noticed that. But we also noticed that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding manners. That is what we will study in Coachella. Oh no! After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female. I shouldn't say this, but hell, that sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here. Oh my god. We know. We also surprised ourselves. But please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So, our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together?
It's nothing, we're just friends, you know?
We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember?
Yes, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see.
I thought your research was in computer graphics.
Yes, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander. So I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. Today I wanted to thank her directly, but she arrived first, so I couldn't buy her a drink.
Never mind that. I'd refuse it anyways.
But
wait. If you want to thank her directly, does it mean you're done with the game? Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your, not your. Oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How did you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So, you're done with your game?
there's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix, but players can enjoy the experience from start to finish.
What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, and UI/UX. I've heard of UI. What is UX? Is that the same thing? So many tech terms. Yeah, exactly. It must be fun to have finished working on your creation.
It surely removed some of the weight off my chest. Just to replace it with another weight.
You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. And if I can't finish this draft on time, I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done.
I'm sorry to hear that, Frank.
Like, you just dumped that entire thing on this poor little girl. She didn't even do nothing.
But please be more confident.
Yeah, be more confident. Work on your stuff. Stop talking. I'm even starting to doubt myself.
I read some of your short stories, you know. After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app. And I read some of the stuff you wrote.
You know what? I have that app, but I never read any of the stories on here. Are they good? Oh, Freya! I never read these. Oh my goodness. Free trial will start tomorrow. Thank you for subscribing to our fiction plan. Oh my goodness, there's been new stories and I just never read any of them? How long are they? Oh my goodness. There's so many stories. I could have been reading stories this whole time. Well, I want to read the newest one. The only reason to learn how to fly. It happened again, I told her as I exhaled smoke. What? I took the train once to get here and fell in love twice. Not this again, she sighed, looking like she wanted to stub her own cigarette out on my face. Okay. I just can't help it. She said nothing. It's way easier, you know, seeing someone from afar, letting your imagination roam as you daydream about how he or she lives, ignoring the fact that what you see is not the way they really are. It's way easier. You can't keep doing this to yourself. You know you need something real. I mean, this might be a stupid suggestion, but you're still using that dating app, right? Try to be more open-minded while you use it. I agree. Good. I agree that it was a stupid suggestion. She looked pissed. I couldn't blame her. It's not like this was the first time we'd talk about this. In fact, this conversation tended to happen around once a season. You need to stop overthinking. Go out and stop putting impossible expectations on people. You know I can't do that. I've tried. I get overexcited at any opportunity, and how's that served you so far? Now I was the one who said nothing. I'm afraid, I said. Of what? Of what will come later. I'm afraid I'm afraid that even if I find the right person for me, the people around me won't accept them, whoever they are. Fuck the people around you. Another stupid suggestion. I could be jailed for that. Okay. She took a long drag of her cigarette and narrowed her eyes at me. What happened to you recently? Huh? You don't usually overthink quite this much, so something must have happened. Must have just happened. The truth is, something did happen. Something too silly to even be discussed, but she knew me, and she knew about my problem, so I told her. I watched a stand-up comedy show. Seriously? It's true! It's true! I watched one of my favorite stand-up comedies. I knew he'd recently got married to someone he loves, someone I thought was very similar to him. All this time I thought he took the easy way out, finding someone who'd quickly be accepted by the family he was born in and the family he is about to make. But it turned out his journey was far from easy. There were hardships I never knew he faced, and when he talked about it, it scared me. Why? The fact that I'll have to deal with it someday, the fact that I might have to choose between... I sighed. At least when I see people on the train and imagine a life with them, those imaginary people don't create these kinds of problems. They do create a different kind of problem, though. She's right. You know, sometimes I feel like I want to go to the tallest building in the city and just jump, I said. To die? That's not to fly, you fool. Because if that really happened, all the things that are scaring me won't matter. I can fly! Why the hell would I still care about all these boring everyday problems? Ain't that the dream, weirdo? She said as she lit another cigarette, leaving the discussion unresolved until it comes back around with the spring rains. I like the way she words everything. Guess like her prose, the way she structures her sentences. Cyberpunk love hotel. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, no. Go back to the story. Go back to the story. And then I read some of the stuff you wrote.
They were really good, you know. Some of them are better than others, but it's still an enjoyable experience to read them. So I'm excited to check out your book once it's done.
You're too kind, Aqua.
What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through. So I'm sure you'll both be fine.
Ugh. You don't have to talk about it in front of other people.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people.
I really am sorry.
I know. I said thanks already. Alright?
But you put so much emphasis on share. That's sarcasm, I know that.
Aqua. I'm sorry if it sounded that way. But yeah, I kind of get what you're dealing with. Although it's a bit different for me. What's your problem? Burnout. I've been working on something for 2 years straight, but no one outside the office knows about it yet. And those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years. Yes. I don't really work on them. Not directly. So what do you work on? a secret project. I'll tell you under friendly. Okay. Alright. I'm not with the paper anymore anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP, or worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? That's what I thought at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write for years. That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands. Out of all of those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping. And so far, none of the prototypes have been approved. Ouch. There's only 7 of us on the team. The 7 samurai, that's what they said. So you haven't released anything for the last 2 years. Sometimes our team works to support others. When they're going through a crunch cycle, they need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in. No wonder you folks were considered the 7 samurai. I guess, yeah.
By the way, Myrtle, I just realized.
What?
Usually, developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right?
More or less, yeah.
When was the last time you had a vacation?
Before I joined this company, I guess.
That's like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder why you're so burnt out.
Yes, that's why. You need a vacation.
But I can't just take... I actually feel that. I have a hard time taking a vacation on anything.
You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow.
But tomorrow is...
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. You will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day after off.
But where should I go?
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
You will?
I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation. Everyone's leaving.
What about Max West?
That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now.
Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? It's still a long weekend getaway, right?
Alright. Oh, I'm so excited.
Wow, Aqua. You look like a different person.
Really? I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway.
I'll come with you.
To my apartment?
No, we'll walk together to the bus stop. Just like last time.
Oh, okay then. Everyone, see you next week, okay?
Have fun. Take care out there. May you find joy during your vacation. Okay, see you folks later. Bye! Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. Working 2 jobs at once. I know. But not now. I gotta finish this draft first. As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. Then please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? still on the house, I definitely won't say no. Give you another drink. Hi, I've been working for a while. Have a good stream though. Oh, hi, Zephyr. I'm playing Coffee Talk. Thank you for lurking. I only have one monitor, so I can't really lurk on your stream. I saw that you were streaming earlier too. I hope your stream's going well. Yeah. I hope your stream's going well. What were you playing again? Is it Apex? Or no? Wait, yeah, it is Apex. It is Apex. I had to check. I'm very bad at shooter games. But I like Apex. I think their characters and the lore is pretty cool in Apex. And I love the colors and the fast-paced movement in it. I like all the hopping and sliding. It's super fun. Anytime I play any like shooter-like games with friends now, I just think of like, can I slide around like in Apex? Because it's not the same anymore. Evening Whispers is with the People for Stricter Gun Laws. New Healthier Fury sedative might be available sooner. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. Aww. This is sad. I don't like the newspapers. It makes me sad. You should try it out sometime. I should like suck it up and just try to be better at shooters so that I could try to play. Because I really do like the characters in there. I think last time I saw anything about Apex, my favorite character, just like design and personality wise, was Fuse. I like his dad energy. Welcome. Oh, Bailey's! You haven't been here in a while. Good evening, Mr. Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Do you want a drink? Freya's not here? She said she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? It's her favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time, just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know? If she's said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she says they were writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts, or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. Oh my goodness! Hi, Alex! Zephyr sent us. Oh my goodness, Zephyr, you're too nice. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Oh wait, it showed up the following thing. I'm so happy. This is like the first time I've tried out this overlay. Cause I literally made it last night. And I was just like, please work when I try to stream in the morning. Thank you so much, Alex. Oh, I'm playing Coffee Talk. It's a coffee shop visual novel. And, there's just people coming in and sharing their stories and talking to me. And I like all the characters here. I hope my favorite character shows up again. He's super cool. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that's what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job, barista and all. Why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things, whether they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well. Because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Including our interaction now. Yep. Man, now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. I don't want that.
Hi, Marcus! You're on your lunch. Yay, yummy. What are you eating for lunch? I have cherries with me because I just got back from the grocery store before I started streaming.
I keep forgetting they have seeds in them though. Okay.
I got cherries, and I have my green tea, and a cup of water.
I am here to sit and stream until my old lady body gets tired of sitting here. Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. Okay. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. Okay. Ginger, cinnamon. Is that the spiced lady? I think that's the spiced lady drink. Bitter. Oh, it's literally called bitter heart. Never mind. Wait, that's so cute though. Oh, I want to go to a coffee shop. I keep forgetting to go to this place. There's a place near where I live, and I want to go there with my partner. It's called the Mad Hatter, and it's a tea house. I really want to go there because they have a lot of hot teas and like finger foods, and I just want to try tea made by other people beside me. Okay, you're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink. Only for special people and special drinks. Say, Mara, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know?
I'm an open book.
Anything. How old are you? 23. Old enough to open a coffee shop. Oh man, I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright. But that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder. What should I ask next?
I can read. I can totally read.
Hello everyone. Oh my god. Dude, you're like dying. Why are you both looking at me like that? Because you need sleep, dude. Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You better be asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I'll need a whole hell lot of... Nope, you're not getting espresso today. You are not getting espresso today. Are you sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso! Please! No, you're not getting espresso. I'm gonna give you a sleepy tea. I think it should have tea. It should have cinnamon and mint. I think that would help. Would that be it? I hope that's it. Damn it! I know there's a special tea for sleeping. There's gotta be one. Okay. Mint. I think cinnamon should be in there. I feel like cinnamon should be in there. Ah! No! It's gonna drive me insane. honey. I'm gonna lose my mind. Have I discovered the tea by chance? I have not. Oh, that's green tea. Okay, it's not lemon and cinnamon. Oh, milk! I forget milk's an option. What about this? Oh, that probably wouldn't be good. I don't think that would taste good.
Oh, I discovered a new tea. Oh, but I don't want that tea. I know there's like one called a sleep tea.
Oh my gosh. There's like a sleepy tea, sleepy time tea. How do I make you a sleepy time tea? Tea. I thought it would have cinnamon. Maybe we'll just focus on health benefits. Make sure you don't get sick. Okay, perfect. That's good enough.
How's your day going? It's going pretty good. I went grocery shopping, grabbed a bunch of fruit, because I still have a lot of basic ingredients at home and I wanted more snack stuff. Did dishes, stopped by the bank. Now I'm here playing games. I think I deserve to sit back and just play games now that I've done stuff with my day. But yeah, I think it's going pretty good today. I feel very awake. I slept a lot last night, which was nice. And I'm very happy that this overlay, even though it's very simple, is working to a certain degree. I'd like to get a fancy one in the future, but I think what I made so far is fine enough. I hope the game is big enough for people to see it. What the hell, dude? This isn't even coffee. Drink it. But this isn't what? Drink it. You will drink it and like it. Okay. It's on the house. It better be. How was the meeting? It was pretty good. I got a lot of good advice. That's good! But that also means things, and not a small number of them, mind you, need to be rewritten. Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just a lot of work, isn't it? I'm going to my usual corner. What?
Although thanks to your drink, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. Good. Take a nap. Sleep is important. She looks horrible. She does look horrible. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this? No. But this time the stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind. Out of the blue. I have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Sorry, phone signal's being dumb. Hope you're having a great stream.
It's okay, Marcus. I'm just glad that you stopped by.
Oh! These two are dating. Or were dating. I don't know how they're doing right now. They've got their ups and downs.
I hope you have a good day regardless, Marcus.
Not sure I should think it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys. How? You first. No, you first. was going to ask, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. Oh my god. I think I need to order something first. Yeah, get yourself a nice hot drink. Some oxytocin flowing through your veins. Or body. It doesn't go through your veins. Go ahead.
Hi, Mara.
What are you having this evening, Miss Lua?
Gingerbread coffee, please.
I think I have that recipe, right? Do I have the recipe? Please tell me I have the recipe. No, I have ginger latte, not gingerbread coffee. Okay. Coffee. Ginger cinnamon. Please work. Oh my god, yes. Okay. First try. Here it is.
Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. It reminds me so much of her. It reminds me of when I was growing up with my family.
Oh, she used the family word. He doesn't like his family, and she's very close with hers. Because his family's racist, but her family lives a kind of like a lower class life. So they kind of stick together. And even though they're dating, like, their families are on completely opposite ends of the spectrum, so their families don't approve of their relationship, and that's like the biggest issue with their relationship right now, it seems. How's work?
It's going pretty okay. You?
I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment because, well, you know.
Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right?
That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job.
What? Okay. Sorry, I've been eating and drinking so much, it's making me really burpy today. Okay. It went well in the end?
Kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was amazing.
How long are you planning to take a break for?
I don't know. Until my problems are settled, I guess.
And what problems are those?
I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone, okay?
Not even Mara, who's standing in front of us?
Not even Mara.
Okay.
So, there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now.
How can you not be sure?
We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably.
Why is that?
I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight.
Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea.
But I can't bring myself to start the conversation.
Why?
Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe? Or tiredness. Or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway.
Baileys, I have a question.
Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully.
Why?
At least it won't affect her professional life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not as professional as her, you see.
I think you're wrong.
Really?
If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual. But I'd put on a lot of masks, just to hide the feelings I was going through.
That sounds difficult and uncomfortable.
It is.
but a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week. Including that supermodel? You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you know? Attitude-wise. You'd get along with him. I love Hyde! Ah! Hyde is one of my favorites. I'm sad he's on a modeling travel trip thing. I want him to come back. Doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, you know, us? I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys. I know I've been stubborn about you wanting me to make peace with my family. And I know why that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family. When I actually want to do that anyway. For myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families. Which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua? Yes, Baileys? Please let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great. You'll live a long time. But you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. Oh, she liked that. She liked that cheesy line. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would never have blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. You know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it wouldn't be a life worth living. Baileys. Gonna drink some water. I believe in you. Oh my god, what's happening? Aww. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. Lua, Baileys. I feel like we're living in a soap opera. We basically are. It's kind of making me want to throw up. It seems so. So, what's our plan?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Are we going on a date?
I'm going to my parents' place.
Oh. Do you want to come?
Yes.
She's not even asking, she's demanding. I want you to come with me. Yes. Make him go. What? That's so sudden.
Did you already have plans for tomorrow?
Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them.
You'll be fine.
You don't want to tell them about this first?
It'll be alright.
Well, they never forbade you from dating other races.
They're not big fans of elves, that much is true. But you can prove them wrong.
Okay, this could be a good first step.
It is.
It's set then.
I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it. And anything else later.
I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me?
I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. I can trust you.
Lua, thank you.
Are you still staying at Farron's house?
Yeah.
You're staying with me tonight.
Huh? What about your roommate?
She's away for the weekend.
Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Long weekend
Are Lua and Aqua roommates? Oh my goodness! That's cute!
Fate is on our side, it seems. Or maybe she's roommates with Myrtle. Either way, those two are going on a weekend getaway anyways. That'd be funny.
Hey Mira.
Yes? We're leaving.
Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine.
We're off then.
See ya.
Thank you for coming.
That was cute!
That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in the real world.
I just pretend not to notice.
They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing the story. So I have to see their struggle through to the end. It's important for the writing, you know. That's cold, dude.
What?
It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't... Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Is it my son? Oh! My son looks different than before. Must be that time of the month where he's got his fury mode. I'm just gonna assume that I should give you your special drink. Whoa! Freya, get over here. This wolf. Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Ooh, he is angry. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer. Trust me, he must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? Yeah? Got it. Let's give you your special drink, Gala. Honey. Honey. Oh no. I have to have it memorized in general. Okay, well it's tea. There's ginger in it. But was it only a little bit of ginger? don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I know there's ginger in it, but I don't remember what the third ingredient was. Was it milk? Milk? Tea? Milk. Ginger. Oh, please be right. Please be right. Oh my god, yes. Okay, cool. Here's your... Yes! Chug that tea! It's good for you, Gala. He showed up, but he's not in his normal form. Oh, he calmed down, baby boy. What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is. This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of the mess anyways. Sounds good. Can you get back alright by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See ya! That was stressful. Ginger chai latte. Oh, I guess that's a good way to remember it. Ginger chai latte. Yeah. Then I'll always remember it has milk in it. October 3rd. Oh my god. Weirdstein Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolves in their latest box office hit. Coachella 2020 Do's and Don'ts. Atlantic ambassador in talks with Fire regarding immigration. Welcome. You look happy today. Hey man. Good evening, Freya. You look very cheerful today. And it's all thanks to you. What did I do? Is it the tea? I finally got a good night's sleep last night. Like, I slept like a log. Proper 12 hours of closing my eyes and not thinking about anything. That's good for you. You really needed that. I know. But I had the deadline come in, and I've been pushing myself to finish this draft. A bit too much, I guess. So how's it going now? You won't believe this. I probably will. But when I woke up this afternoon, the words just flowed through me like water. And not forced crap like I've been writing recently. And that's why taking a break is important. Yeah. You don't need to start lecturing me now. So what's your plan now? Now as in right at this moment? I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face. And after that, I'll continue writing. Sounds like a solid plan. You know where the restroom is. I'm so happy she's doing better. Okay, I need something to drink now. Espresso? Freya? You're unemployed. Don't waste your money on coffee shop drinks. That is so weird, coming from the coffee shop owner. I know. You've been a regular for years. If you only need the vibes of the place, just right here. No, I can't do that. You don't have any customers tonight. What would I do if this place went bankrupt? It won't happen. How can you be so sure? Just take this tap water and go do your work, okay? But... See? Here's a customer coming right now. So, don't you worry about me.
My son! My son!
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hi, Gala!
What's wrong? I know you're a man of few words, but this is maybe pushing it a bit. Freya, Mira, I'm truly very sorry for what happened yesterday. Gala, hey, it's alright. No one got hurt, right? And the coffee shop's fine. Don't think about it too much, Gala. Like Freya said, no casualties and no problems with the coffee shop. I still need to redeem myself for the mess I made and the scare I gave you. I'm sure there's something I can do. Why don't you buy something for the lady here? I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
What?
Hey, what do you mean? Do you want anything to drink, Freya? No! It's alright, Gala. I insist. You don't have to. Please accept it. At least it'll help me stop feeling so guilty. At least a little. Alright, alright. I wouldn't mind a coffee. Not an espresso, mind you. Something a little less, with a little less of a kick. You know how to make sugar and spice? No, I do not. The one with cinnamon? Yes. A cup of sugar and spice, please. Is it just coffee and cinnamon? No, it said sugar and spice. So it's probably like coffee, cinnamon, honey? What is wrong with me? Why do I keep making this stupid coffee? Coffee, coffee, cinnamon. That's not it either. How do I make sugar and spice? Let's see. What coffee combinations have you made? Maybe coffee, milk, cinnamon? Milk is kind of sweetening. Ugh! This is the worst. How do I make sugar and spice? Maybe, do I flip the... What did I do? Did I do cinnamon and honey? Maybe it's honey and cinnamon. Okay, it had a specific order. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Sugar and spice. Sugar and spices for the lady with the vices. Hey! Oh well, I won't complain. That sounds yummy. I wish I liked coffee. Cause some of these coffees sound delicious, but it's so bitter to me. Don't mention it. Mira, are you sure there's nothing I can do to help for that I can do for you? You don't have to do anything, Gala. It's fine. But to be honest, I'm curious. What happened yesterday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you usually stay indoors during the full moon, don't you? I usually do. But there was an emergency at the hospital yesterday. What kind of emergency? hospital was really packed yesterday. After that announcement? The one saying that a replacement government-issued Fury sedative will be available soon. Releasing that news on the day of the full moon was just stupid. Yeah, that is pretty stupid. So many restless werewolves came, asking about the sedative, which isn't ready yet. But the announcement said it wasn't ready. Just that it was coming soon. You think people read the whole article? No, no one reads the whole article. We read the title and then we're just like, oh, cool. They only saw the headline or glanced at it at the news stall. Then they went straight to the hospital. I don't blame them though. Finding out that the only publicly available sedative is dangerous, it's difficult for some people. I ended up having to explain it to dozens of werewolves. I even had to put some rogue werewolves in the isolation rooms. It was that bad, huh? Yeah, to the point that we ran out of rooms to put them in. That's why at the end of my shift, I left immediately. Normally, I'd have asked a friend to lock me in one of our isolation rooms, of course. But I couldn't, so I rushed right back to my apartment. But it was too late. Thankfully, I was in this area, and I managed to force myself to come to your place. Gala, excuse me for asking this. Yes? But you didn't hurt anyone on the way here, right? As far as I remember, no. And I didn't see any blood on my clothes. That's good to hear. This might sound overly confident, considering what happened yesterday. But I have enough control to make sure I don't hurt anyone. As long as I have something to direct my fury towards. Usually, I end up destroying stuff around me. Or worst case, hurting myself. Is that why you have a lot of cuts and stuff on you, buddy? Aww. Despite all of that, I'm still glad that no one got hurt. Always looking for the positive side, aren't you? Just doing my job. Thanks, both of you. I really mean it. But please, if there's anything I can do to pay back, anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask me right away. Bring Hyde back, because I miss him. Will do. In the meantime, can I order a drink? Yeah, order like 50. Stay here. I love you. The same as yesterday. You want your tea? Oh, I already forgot. What was in it? Tea, milk, ginger. Here's your special brew. Thank you. I love cherries. I haven't had cherries in a while. But they were on sale, so I was happy. Once again, thank you for helping me find this drink. By the way, Gala, now that you can be 100% sure that this drink is your natural sedative, why don't you put some in a bottle and carry it with you everywhere? That's the plan. It has to be warm though. I can use a vacuum flask, I suppose. I'll give it a try next full moon. Don't worry, Freya. I'm going to stay at my place for the next full moon. I'm not taking any risks before I can make sure how effective that remedy is. Ooh, who's coming? Who's coming? Who's coming? Who's here? What the? Rachel? What's going on? What else? Your father? Of course. What the hell was he thinking? Coming backstage at Coachella just to get into an argument with my manager? Huh? Before we continue, Mira, a cafe latte, please. I haven't heard that name in a while. Do I have that? I think I do. Cafe latte. Yeah. Simple one. There we go. Cafe latte. I'm gonna draw poop on yours. There you go. Oh, that's a bad poop. Reset. That's a better poop. No, now I don't like it now that I've stared at it long enough. It keeps getting worse. I should have accepted the first one. Oh, there you go. There's a nice poop. Stinky poop. There you go. Serve it. Here you go. Here's your coffee. Cafe latte's ready.
Thanks.
How did he manage to get backstage? He told security he is my father, and he messaged me about coming beforehand. Said he was just going to wish me luck. So I told him to let him in, of course. He's still my father. Things were nice at first. Then my manager came, and I don't know why he hates him so much. It's showbiz. I'm mature enough to know what's good or bad for me. Girl, you're 18. You are bebe. What happened after that? Mr. Lester told the security guards to kick him out. He's still allowed in the festival area. I saw him in the crowds. Did the concert go well at least? Oh yeah. Other than the arguments backstage, everything was great. I was the first one to play on the main stage. Usually, no one pays much attention to whoever's on first, but there were thousands of people in the audience during my session. Nice. Blech. Okay, so you don't need to be at the event anymore after this? Not really. I did my stage time. And then there was this press conference after my show. After show press conference? Yeah, the pre-show was done yesterday. Today was a small one. There were almost a dozen journalists who wanted to interview me. So we decided to do a mini conference. Good for you. You're totally back in the game, huh? But I guess I am. Thanks to Mr. Lester. I would say it's because of you. But your manager's probably worked some of his influence too. So, why are you here? Because of Dad, of course. I told him to come here this evening. We really need to set things straight. Everyone's just fixing their problems here today, it seems. Because this evening is the only time we can meet. I can't go to the party Mr. Lester is hosting. What party? He's hosting a party for the VIPs and artists he manages. At a club in Belltown. Is it okay for you to go to a party without a guardian? I'm 18, remember? I'm an adult. You are bebe. Yeah, but you can only enter some clubs if you're 21. Not this time, because Mr. Lester's my manager and it's his party. I'm not sure about that. It's true. No, I know you can do that by using his name. But I don't think he should do that with you. Why? No, you're not Rachel. Have you ever been to one of Lester's parties? Well, no. You have? Not personally. I've heard stories. What stories? He knows how to party. That's good then. That's not necessarily a good thing. Knowing how to party. might mean something else entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll find out. Especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Personally, I don't mind wild parties. But inviting an underage person to his party, that might be a bit too far. Woke up? Oh my goodness! What happened? Oh! His kitty form's very cute, but he's all beaten up. What the hell? Oh no! Dad! What? Rachel, is that Mr. Hendry? Yes! Dad! What happened? Mara, can you get a cup of milk for him, please? Just milk? Just milk. Meow. Just milk, okay.
Hi, Beasley! Beasley, look! I figured out how to make an overlay work. I'm so happy. How are you doing? I'm giving milk to this poor, beat up kitty. It's, Ceresa's dad. Rachel's character's dad. He looks so fluffy and cute. I'm so sad that he's beat up. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can somebody help me call an ambulance, please?
They're on the way. I've contacted a hospital. Right, because he works at the hospital.
Look at my son, Beasley. I love him. He's here.
You just missed him in his werewolf form. He looked super cool, but he was very angry. I've also contacted our Nekomimi expert personally. She's off shift right now, but she's also on the way.
Thank you so much. I don't know what might have happened without your help.
Don't mention it. Here they come. I'll go with you.
No, my son!
He's doing good things. Oh boy. That was really something, huh? Yep. 2 days in a row, an emergency at your place. Well, at least some people think of your place as their go-to when they need help. You're right. It's not every day you look at things from the bright side. Well, I'm one of your coffee shop disciples, right? So I kinda understand them. I hope Hendry's alright. Me too. At least he's in good hands now. What's your plan for the rest of the night? Well, that was all pretty hectic, but I need to continue writing. Take your time and place then. Will do.
Beasley, the new Drag Race episode comes out tonight, doesn't it? We should watch it. We should watch it later today.
Mara Kek. Fresh and healthy drink from Morocco. Sunday, October 4th.
Oh yeah, let's watch it later today.
I've been very excited about it. Because it's the sewing challenge episode. I love sewing challenges. Oh, wait, I forgot about Shea Coulee. Okay. Dude, he's got his whole booty out. Police raid on private Coachella after party is the biggest drug and sex related bust of the— oh my goodness. That's scary. Fight broke out during Coachella. Culprits in police custody. Despite the arrest, Coachella will go on. That's scary.
Hey, Pop.
Oh gosh, I don't think I can do his voice. His voice is too low for me. Good evening, everyone. Everyone's safe and sound tonight. That's not the right voice at all, but I'm just gonna go with it now. Just lift the mic up, so now I don't have to bend over. So far, so good, officer. With the cop who's supposed to be watching this area hanging out in a coffee shop, I'm not so sure about that. Hey, I'm working right now. Working at the coffee shop. I just love multitasking, you know? That requires skill. Taking a break and working at the same time, you mean? You know it. That's an oxymoron. That's why I said it requires skill. Anyway, Mara, I really need an espresso to help to keep me awake tonight. You got it. I like the simple drinks. Those are nice to make. An energetic espresso to keep our officer upright on patrol. You and your sense of humor. Your espressos are always out of this world. Definitely better than mine or my wife's. It's not a competition, officer. It is for her. She thought if she could make a better one, I'd stop coming to this place so often. That's not happening anytime soon. That's messed up. So, anything special today? Surprisingly, no. Gotta make sure this place is safe though. What are you grinning about? I mean it. You were here the last 2 days, right? Yes, I was. And some crazy things happened here. And 2 days in a row. As if the gods were trying to give me first-hand experience to use in my story. Still fretting over your story, eh? Well, the deadline for my draft is getting nearer. Oh yeah. How's it going? Quantity-wise, it's shaping up pretty well. Quality-wise, honestly, I'm pretty confident. Oh, that's good. Best of luck then. Do you have any updates about the last 2 days of chaos? For the werewolf case, I spoke to Gala about it. What? Are you going to arrest him? Some officers at the precinct were talking about it, but in the end, we agreed not to do it. Yes, because he really helped a lot that night. Yes, he did. We asked the folks in the hospital and some other people in the area. Without him, we'd have had a lot more problems. He helped a lot getting most of the werewolves safe in the hospital. Too bad he couldn't lock himself up in time. Thankfully, he didn't hurt anyone. So those who'd rather detain him can't do anything anyway. Oh. I'm pretty mad at you. Wait, I'd be pretty mad at you if they did arrest him. I would be too. How dare they take my son away, my good angel of a boy. Hey, being mad at me wouldn't solve anything. I know. What about Rachel's dad? Any idea what happened? I'm not too sure myself. Most of it didn't happen around here. What? Yeah, it seems like it happened out near Coachella. That's a long way away! I mean, it's not actually that far, but he wouldn't be able to walk it, not in that state. So far, that's all I know. He was fighting the manager. The manager was beating his booty. Rachel! Rachel, is Mr. Hendry alright?
Before that, could I have a cup of hot chocolate? Dark?
Oh, I love dark hot chocolate. Yes. Dark chocolate. Here you go. Your hot chocolate's ready.
Thank you.
I don't know why I started reading it like Lua.
Dad's going to be fine. He woke up this afternoon, thanks to Mr. Gala. He got help fast enough to stop things getting worse.
He's doing okay then?
It'll take a few days before he fully recovers, but no permanent injuries we need to worry about.
That's good to hear.
I know, but still, it's all because of me. Because I didn't listen to him when all he wanted to do was protect me.
Rachel, don't blame yourself for this. Please don't take offense. But is it okay for you to leave your father alone in the hospital?
His friends are there at the moment, and I can't face being stuck in a room with a bunch of people I don't even know right now. Besides, I really needed to get away for a bit. So I told Dad I'm gonna visit Coffee Talk to get some fresh air. This coffee shop's literally called Coffee Talk? Oh, it is. I've been not paying attention to the sign every time it shows up. So I told Dad I'm gonna visit Coffee Talk to get some fresh air.
He's okay with that?
He understands. He always does, I guess.
Miss Rachel, what really happened last night?
Dad got into a fight with some thugs. He heard them talking about me. But in some very suggestive, perverted ways.
Oh.
He didn't like that, of course. So he morphed into his cat form and started a fight with the thugs.
Why did he morph?
So people wouldn't see what his human form looked like and link him directly to me. Some cops went to the crime scene. They found some eyewitnesses to testify, and they managed to find the thugs.
Are they fans of yours?
No, it's even worse. They work for Mr. Lester.
What? Oh boy.
The reason why it didn't take long for the cops to find them was because they were already under arrest. Because the party went too far last night.
Whoa! How did it all connect up?
They're Mr. Lester's bodyguards. They were chilling after the show, having a pre-party before the big one. And you know about guys in locker room talk, right? Yeah. Well, that's what they were doing. And I was the topic of discussion. Aw. So, there's that. I'm sorry to hear that. And you were right about his party. I'm glad I wasn't there. Once again, I owe Dad for... Hey, it's okay. The most important thing right now is that you're safe. And your dad made it through. I should have listened to him. He might be out of touch, but he's still way more experienced than me. And he's my father. I wish Mom was here. She'd know what to do. She'd know what to say to Dad when he's recovered. You know what? I'm sure you'll know what to do. You're an adult, remember? But I don't know. All I know is I have to be there for him when... That's it. That's all you have to do.
It might be weird to hear it it might be weird to hear it about something coming from Freya, but she is right. Be there when he needs you, Rachel. Whenever you need a breath of fresh air, you can come here and relax for a while.
Guys, thank you. I've had enough fresh air for one day. I'll go back to the hospital now.
Thank you for the update, Miss Rachel. I wish your father a speedy recovery.
Thank you, Mara.
Oh. Man, what a weekend. Pretty crazy, am I right? Anyway, I gotta continue my patrol. It's been a pretty weird weekend. But overall, things are still safe around here. But even with that, never let your guard down, okay?
No problem, officer.
Thank you for checking up on us, Officer Georgie. Okay then, see you. Are you going to leave as well, Freya?
I don't think so.
I've had enough rest, and I have stories to write. You're not tired? Definitely not. In fact, I think I can get it done today. Alright. I won't bother you then. Oh, you're never a bother. Besides, this whole book project would never have existed without this place. And you. So thank you. The pleasure was mine. Is this game ending? I wanted to see Hyde again, though. Now, I'm sure you wouldn't spend any more time on chit-chat. You got a book to finish. No problem, boss. Yes, Gala's specialty. Two weeks later. Is everyone back? Coachella Festival proves to be a major boost for Seattle tourism.
What?
More women have spoken out and claimed Morris Lester lied. He lied. Okay. Initial reports indicate possible herpes outbreak at Coachella. Ooh. Ugh.
Hello!
You're finally here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Yo.
Hi, Freya.
Huh. Someone's feeling happy today.
Of course.
Did they?
They approved it! We're so happy for you.
Congrats.
Oh my.
Do you know how happy I am? Judging from your expression, I'd say somewhere between ecstatically and rapturously. You're goddamn right. Oh my god. Oh my god! How did they react to the draft? Surprisingly, they liked it. That's amazing. I know, right? I wouldn't believe it either. They told me if the book sells well, they'll definitely sign me for a second book. I'm so happy for you. Aww. Anyway, whatever. What is going on? Okay, there we go. Whatever happens with the book now, I can take things a little slower. Because they gave me a year to finish it. With a feedback session every month. Sounds professional enough. Of course! They are the biggest publisher around. Enough about me. How's the coffee shop been doing? It's been great. We've had a lot of new customers lately. And some old timers, of course. I heard Hyde's back from his trip to Korea. Yeah, he brought us some gifts back. He didn't get any for me? I'm not sure, but he did say he always gives gifts directly. Gift giving the old-fashioned way, huh?
How about you? Things are great.
Last time I saw you was before your mini break?
Yes, we decided to go to Coachella.
Wow! That event was a mess.
Yeah, 3 hours at the festival was enough for us.
So where did you go after that?
We ended up in Port Townsend.
How was that? I enjoyed it. Never knew a historical trip could be fun. Oh yeah, I saw your new profile picture, Aqua.
You both look so cute. What? I want to see her new profile picture. What's your new profile picture? I want to see it. Oh, they're besties. They're besties. Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely a Beasley character. She's way too sweet to not be her. Oh. Oh! I didn't even notice that I upgraded some of the characters. Nice. Aw, your profile picture's so cute. Oh man.
Thanks.
Was that taken during your vacation?
No, it was at Max. They had a Japanese-style photo booth there, so I forced her to take a picture together.
You were at Max too, Myrtle? Yeah. Yeah. I helped her out a bit with the booth.
Thank you.
You don't have to keep thanking me. By the way, have any of you heard from Neil?
No.
Not me. They did send 2 postcards to the coffee shop.
Really?
Yeah, one's from Calcella. It's not even that far away. Why send a postcard? Hard to tell with them. What about the second one? It's from New York. What? What are they doing in New York? Beats me. Working on their mission, maybe. Huh, yeah, probably. They'd stand more of a chance there.
Anyway, guys, we're leaving for tonight. Oh, come on. So soon? We were here for hours before you arrived. And we need to work tomorrow.
Fair enough. Take care on your way then. Good luck with the novel. Thanks!
See you, Mara.
See you around. Yeah, it really sounds like the game's going to end. How do I expect it to end so soon? They look happier than when I first met them. They do. It's not easy to find someone you can be comfortable with in such a short amount of time. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring you, Baileys. No worries. I don't feel ignored at all. Are you by yourself tonight? No, I'm waiting for Lua. She has some work to do. It's late at night? Yeah. She's been doing overtime for the past few days. How are you two doing? Things have been great. In fact, after 10 years together, we're finally moving in together next month. Wow, congrats! But I thought Lua lived with her flatmate. We're moving to a new place. She got promoted recently, and our company's providing her with an apartment. Ooh, wow, she must be a really big deal in her office. Well, she's definitely earns more than me. That's not saying much, Bailey. That's messed up. You shouldn't say that to a fellow freelancer. Oh, here she comes.
Baileys, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect it to take so long. I thought it would be done by...
Honey, it's alright. Freya and Mara have been keeping me company anyway.
Oh, hey Freya. And Mara. Sorry for barging in without saying hi. How's it going?
I would say things are great, but not as great as you two lovebirds.
You told her already?
Only about the moving in part.
As you've heard,
We're going to move in together next month.
where is it?
Not far. I mean, the company provided the place, so they want to cut my commuting cost as much as possible. That's thoughtful of them. It means they don't need to reimburse my taxi fees when I'm working overtime. Oh yeah, that too.
It also means we get to visit this place more often.
Oh, he said that. Not her. Oh, sorry.
And that's a good point. We owe this coffee shop a lot anyway.
Don't mention it.
I have a question for both of you.
Go on.
The last time we met,
I believe you were going to introduce Bailey's to your parents. How did it go? Man, her father didn't kill me at least.
well, at least Papa let you eat lunch with us.
That's rare, you know. I know. And at least they didn't say no. Which means a lot, I guess. It was a good start.
It was definitely a good start. Anyway,
Bailey's. We need to go now, or we'll miss the intro again. You folks going somewhere?
yeah, we're going to watch the midnight screening of Full Metal Conflict.
I didn't take you for someone who likes FMC, Lua.
I don't, but this guy loves it.
Hey, you always enjoyed watching me playing the game.
I enjoyed watching you, not the game.
Too bad I didn't introduce you to Myrtle just now, Bailey's. She worked on the game. Really? Oh well, I'll be visiting this place more often. I'll probably meet her again one of these days.
You probably will.
Now go, you little birds. You don't want to miss the movie.
Alright,
Catch up with you later, Freya.
bye Mara. Enjoy the movie.
There to go. I'm so happy for them. They've still got a long way to go, and probably a lot of obstacles in their path. But they're moving forward.
Yes,
How will you write their story?
as it is.
It's beautiful enough. And it has enough drama. That's one way to put it. Anyway, what's that look for? You haven't told me about any of our other friends here. How are they doing? You only skipped coming for 10 days. What do you expect? Come on, they played an important part in my writing process, remember? Well, there are some like updates about the regulars. Tell me! Where should we start? I wanted to know too. Lua visits this place more often now that they live nearby. The last time they came, they were talking about catering and venues. Are they getting married? Hyde returned from his trip to Korea and brought gifts. Some are more special than others. Aww. He said he's considering moving back to Seattle. Aww. Aqua continues her work with the university. She's still working on small indie games. The difference is she's not alone now. Aww. Neil. The only news about their superhero breeding mission are the 2 postcards they sent me. Rachel is back at the recording studio preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager, someone who made the news as a legend coming back to the industry. Her father's her new manager! Oh. And finally, Freya, she finished her book, got published, and having some signing sessions. It was a massive success. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! That's so good! Everyone's had such a good life now. What a wholesome game! Well, wholesome aside from all the, like, random sex talk, but it's pretty wholesome. I love all the characters in this game. It made me so happy. I'm sad that I didn't get to hear more of see Hyde one more time in this stream. Him and Gala were my favorites. I adore the little hints in the picture showing that they might actually be partners though. That made me really happy because I love their dynamic so much. They can't be that close and like personal with each other without it being a special relationship. At least best friends, you know. But the hint at partnership made me happy. I love it. I love it. I don't know if this game is the type to have things after the credits. Which is why I'm just sitting here eating and drinking. I like the music anyways, so I don't mind waiting. And me! Press any key to... Oh, I could have skipped it at any time. I didn't want to though. I like showing the credits. Hold on. Hold on, person. I just saw that I got an achievement called There's a Spark, and it had Hyde and Gala's faces on it, and it kind of flustered me a little bit. I almost choked on my cherry. Okay. Welcome. Hello, Mara. Good evening, sir. Have we met before? I'm sure this is your first time here. Of course I've been here. In fact, I worked here before. What? Wait. No way. Is that Neil? Is that Neil? It's been a while. You've changed a bit too much. I've learned a lot about how to live your life, how to live with your people since then. I assume it was a success then? Multiple successes. What's with the new look then? Just trying to blend in. It seems like an Earthling immigration agency is after me. Now that you mention it, somebody did visit this place looking for you. When was it? Not so long after your second visit here. Was he a bald guy in a suit? Yes. That fire agent. You've seen him? Yes, thankfully I've changed my appearance since then. By the way, you can drop the act in front of me. So you finally noticed. To think that such power can be born from our kind. You're good with your act, though. It took a few tries, but there are some timelines where I forget to pretend that I don't have some knowledge of certain stuff. Interesting. Now I'm curious to know about those mistakes. Well, it happened a few times. First, when Freya told me about her meeting in the elevator. Then it was the first time Rachel visited this place. And the last one involved you on your second visit. Huh? Oh, and there was another one right after Freya got her draft approved. Can you show it to me? Assuming you know how I communicate with my kind. Never tried it, but let's see. You've beaten the main story of the game, but you haven't seen everything yet. What? there's like different things you can do. There's mods in here? Why would I mod? They're all perfect. What? Spend a total of 1 hour making latte art. Go easy on me. Serve 10 correct drinks in a single session of challenge mode. Oh. Okay, challenge mode? Okay. Oh, I wonder what that locked one is. Must be story related. I got most of them. Comics? There's comics? Oh my gosh, this is so cute! There's comics! Coffee talk pushed a limit. Been in front of this coffee shop entrance for this coffee shop's entrance for so many times now. The place looks warm and cozy, but I can't bring myself to actually go in. Tomorrow for sure. Okay, so this is the day. Excuse me. Tomorrow for sure. Today is the day. Excuse me, miss. Can I ask you a few questions?
Huh?
Are you a regular of this coffee shop?
I am not. I've never been here ever. Okay, I am overthinking it. It's probably quiet enough in there that nobody will notice me. So, today for sure. Oh, this is a Beasley character. Oh, I want to show her that.
Coffee talk blurry. Ooh, it's Hyde! So many beings are obsessed with things that perishes by time. Looks, wealth, relationship. After hundreds of years, what would still excite someone about life? Even separation doesn't taste as bitter as it should be. Hey, are you alright? Things like feelings don't bother me anymore, Gala. Of course it still does. You can never get used to heartbreak. To the usual bar, Gala. Roger. Aww. What relationship did he have? That didn't go well. Oh, divorce. The only person he loved divorced him, I see. But he has Gala now. Melody of life. Is that Freya? She looks so cute. Man, I've been stuck on this page for 3 hours now. What's wrong with me? It's the same every day. Each of these people have their own stories, yet I struggle to come up with one. Sunset's nice at least. And another snap for my Chill. My friends are enjoying their Sunday date. It's nice being carefree. Oh, I didn't know that. I took one step outside and my head is full of stories. This room sucks the creativity away from me. Let's go. How about you, dear page 1? Are you ready to move on? Let's get outside together. Kala. It's Kala. Another kid showed up in the hospital. He was only lightly bruised, but his sister was inconsolable. Still, I must have reacted too strongly to the blood. Mommy, why is he so scary? Shh, dear, don't point. Did you see his scars? He's a werewolf. I guess it showed. Yo, Gala, tough shift, eh? How about a drink? Not today, thanks. What's with him? He looks gruffier than usual. I guess it's that time of the month. It's not a good day for his kind. Seeing blood on kids reminded me of the war, and in turn, it reminded me of my worst self. Maybe a werewolf like me has no business working in a hospital.
This is for you, sir. Cheer up.
But I guess it wasn't all that bad. Look at that face, that precious face. Oh my gosh. I'll probably end the stream after this. I just want to look at these. Just because I'm unsatisfied with not seeing Hyde one more time. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I set the latest design last night. No, that's the Wait, another revision? Oh no. You're kidding. I'm not doing another revision. 2 revisions and that's the end of it. No, I don't care what your boss said. That's your job. I'm not... Alright, I'll get it done. Does it have to be tonight? Yeah, I get it. Sure, thanks. Hey, it's me. Sorry, I don't think I can make it tonight. No, it's fine. It's the client. I know, I will. Yeah, I'll grab something to eat on the way. I know. Thanks, love. Aww. Wanna be my... Oh! Is this Neil? Be your mate. Yeah, that's gross. Get away from me. This interaction did not yield results as hoped. I may have used the wrong method of communication. We may have not been able to find a proper communication protocol for this method. It seems that our observation was inadequate. We might lack a crucial tool in their method of communication. Could that be? Excuse us, citizens of Earth. We see you're consuming a certain substance while communicating. What is the substance crucial to your communication? What? Is this some kind of weird interview? But to answer your question, no, it's just coffee. If not because of the substance, what is key to your success in this courtship then? Seriously? We don't know, dude. We matched on Kindler and decided to give it a go. Kindler? Yeah, it's a dating app. Look it up. We see that this Kindler is crucial for Earth's method of courtship. Perhaps it is beneficial for us to evaluate it ourselves. According to the user's manual, Earthlings swipe left or right according to one's breeding preferences. However, the information displayed was severely lacking. For example, there are no genetic information at all. Yet, despite a lot of these ambiguities, Earthlings are under no danger of extinction by underpopulation. Perhaps there is more to their method of communication than we are yet to understand. Father knows best. I'm home. I'm so beat. Rachel, do you know how late it is? High school girl shouldn't be home this late. What will the neighbors say? I've already told you I will have lots of night training for my upcoming debut. It's for that idol thing, huh? As suspected, those kinds of jobs are not really good. What kind of job exactly? I take this job very seriously. It's not just about dancing and singing like you think, but you'll never get it, won't you? Going to school. So you two are still fighting now. I'm still pissed, so I just left this morning without even looking at him. Stupid father. Aww, he made her a cute lunch though. That's cute. Overtime. Alright, I'm done. Myrtle, you heading back? Yeah. It's the weekend, get some rest. Sure. What? What now? Who submitted a bug report at this hour? It's a bug on my part, I have to fix it. Can't you fix it tomorrow? I can't, it's too close to deadline, I have to fix it now. I think it's just a simple error if I fix this parameter here. No, wait, that's not it. Is the logic wrong? But this wasn't a problem before. Why is it not working at all now? Take a deep breath, man, you won't fix anything. I'm fine. I know there's something wrong with my code. The tester must have reported it wrong. I know there's nothing wrong with my code. Okay. Calm down. That's not how you do it. Shoot me the report. Let me see what I can do. Weren't you going home? What about your weekend? I got plenty of time to kill. You owe me one, though. There's a new restaurant around here. Do you want to try it? Nah, not interested. You know a place where I could get good coffee instead? Is that how she ended up at our coffee shop? Oh, I love this. This is like the origin stories for everyone coming. Oh, I like that. I like that. That was nice. Okay. This is so freaking pretty. That's so pretty. Aww. So pretty, so pretty. There's so many. There it is. Aww. Are these concept arts too? Oh my goodness. That's cool. Oh, there's so much art in here. I'm sorry, I'm just like wasting time here. Okay. I can look at this on my own time. Yeah. I'm glad that the overlay's working somewhat well. It makes me happy. And I'm really happy I finished this game. This game's so cute. It's I like the stories that's in it. They can be heavy for some people, but like I think they're good life stories. I like them. They were such well-written characters. I'm so happy. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. It was so much fun. Just to see everyone interacting little by little. Okay. I will end the stream and I will see everyone probably next week. I think I'm just gonna keep streaming on Thursdays and Fridays until I get more comfortable with the amount of energy I'm spending on these. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next stream. Sayonara.